to give you the select board actions taken for December 20th, 2022. I'm a couple of weeks late on this. But we approved the consent agenda, which was approving the minutes of December 6th. We accepted the resignations of Patricia Swardawa from the Council of Aging and Linda Murray from the Veterans Celebration Committee. So we thank them for their service and hope that for their work on those committees, and hopefully these are some opportunities for new people to apply. So if you're interested, please consider applying. We approved a parade permit application for the the Hoyt Foundation for the first Dick Hoyt Memorial 5-mile road race on May 27th, starting at Marathon School. And we approved 3 additional marathon invitational entries for the Hopkinton Parent Teacher Association, the Hopkinton Freedom Team, and the Hopkinton's Women Club. And these were 3 groups that were not able to get a number when we first distributed them, but the BAA was very gracious and gave us 3 additional numbers for these groups. So we're very happy to be able to give them each a number. Please consider supporting those organizations. All right, next, we appointed Kritika Dapala to the Cultural Council to a term expiring December in 2025, and we appointed Randall Kramer to the Veterans Celebration Committee for a term expiring in June 2025. And there was a second applicant for the Cultural Council, and we only have 1 opening at this time, but I hope she'll reapply for the next time we have an opening. It's a fairly large committee. We welcomed a new employee, Ayako Barnum, as the Senior Library Assistant. So that's great. And we also renewed the on-premises all-alcoholic beverage license for the Hopkinton Tennis and Swim Club, and granted the requested waivers. And they did assure us that they're doing work on the property. It's been kind of empty for many years, so we're really hoping to see more work and maybe actually, see the facility open and everyone will enjoy it. Then we approved the utility pole petition with the layout as depicted on the revised plans, that with the condition that there be no double poles. And this is from NSTAR Eversource on Clinton Street. 6 poles on Clinton Street and 1 on Country Road. Then we authorized the town manager to execute a power purchase agreement and leases with Select Energy Development to install canopy photovoltaic solar projects at the middle and high school. Will be subject to final review by town council and the school department director of finance and the town manager. And these would be over the parking lots at the middle and high school. So that's a great way to earn solar power, but not cut down trees or anything for it. And it will give us a great discount under use at the schools. So let's see. Then we appointed Nicholas Walker as a new police officer for the town of Hopkinton. And then we approved some amendments to the regulations for poles, wires, and antenna location petitions. Just minor changes from a couple of years ago. Then we opened the town meeting warrant. For the town meeting is going to be May 1st, 2023. The warrant is open from January 1 through January 31st. So if people would like to submit articles, they can feel free to do so. There's instructions on the town website for how to do that, or call or email the town manager's office for instruction. The select board voted to submit an amendment to the leash law effective at the 2023 annual, or at least for the 2023 annual town meeting. That'll go to a vote. You guys can vote on it or give feedback. And then under liaison reports, Muriel Kramer mentioned that she had been to the youth commission, but they had no quorum. She said the youth commission is starting to get re-energized, and maybe to review its charge. They have a lot of new members this year, a lot of change, so we would be happy to review their charge if they would like us to. Mary Jo Lafreniere mentioned that she had been to the Sachta Valley Gala the week before the meeting, and it was a great event, and she really enjoyed it. I appreciate Sach for putting that event together. And I think we all noted that the Regional Emergency Communication Center is having a couple meetings coming up the first week of January, and we invite the public to come attend and ask questions. And there's also a page on the town website about that. So I believe it's January 3rd at 3 p.m. at Town Hall, or January 4th at 6 p.m. at the Senior Center. And both of those will have a remote option, and the Wednesday event will be a televised live on HCAM. We had a nice long update from the Elementary School Building Committee too, and they are working on a renovation and replacement of the Elmwood School, which has become undersized for the number of students that we have, and it's also an aging building, so we could either do a big renovation and an expansion, or we could rebuild it somewhere else on a different site. And they're looking a lot of different options, and they're having forums. And then, but we will have to make a decision in a couple of months on which way we want to go. And then, of course, we will have a town meeting vote. And so just some things to know that because of inflation, it's going to be quite a bit more expensive than the Marathon School for whichever option we go for. So just kind of keep that in mind. And if you have an opinion, please share it with the Elementary School Building Committee. And then in our town manager update, I had forgotten to mention this. We talked about the Main Street Corridor project. So that is closing up for the season, and work will start again right after the marathon in April 2023. And the town manager is going to do this participatory capital budget thing where he's going to have residents write in with a proposal that would cost less than $25,000, and I guess the town staff will vet it and see if it's really possible, and they'll pick one that will be at town meeting and will fit into our capital pay-as-you-go program. So that's kind of an interesting new idea to get the public involved in small budget ideas that would improve the community. This town manager also mentioned that he has obtained grant money to do a local business support earmark grants that we can give out to local businesses that were struggling due to COVID. So he sent out a press release, I think shortly after the meeting, about how to apply for the grant. So I hope any local businesses that really saw a decline over COVID will apply and get that aid. Maybe they can do something to improve their business and get back on track. And then he mentioned that the income support grant program has been a great success. This is for people who are struggling during COVID and their income was reduced. And a lot of people have applied and received a grant. So if anyone else, and they've kept that open a little longer, there's still more money to give out. So if you would benefit from that, or you know someone who would benefit, please go ahead and apply. And then budget season is underway. So stay tuned and give your opinion about the budget. It's still it's a challenging budget year for sure, but we welcome your feedback. For future agenda items, Meryl Kramer brought up the idea of some kind of volunteer appreciation annual activity, or just some method of recognizing volunteers. So we could do that at a future meeting. And in our budget discussions, we talked about the issue of the structural deficit. Now that we're not growing as much, we don't have as much new growth money coming in, but we do still have rising expenses, especially with the inflation. So that's something that will have to get reviewed during the budget season and in the many years to come. So thank you very much, and I hope everyone has a happy new year.